Aloha, everybody. It's Joe with the O Team. Thank you for joining us on our VA Homebuyer webinar today on our Zoom call. We have the whole team here, as you can see, and we're going to start with a couple of introductions. So I'll start with me. My name's Joe, CEO of the O Team, co-CEO, and the lead listing agent and buyer's agent.
Hi everyone, my name is Rolando. I'm Director of Operations for the O Team. I'm more behind the scenes, but I'll be working with you guys through the whole process.
Hi everybody, my name is Eddie Akabane of Smart Money Hawaii. We're a local mortgage broker, and I will be navigating you and educating you throughout the home buying process with the whole idea of mortgages and payments and all the good stuff that goes along with that.
Good morning, everyone. I'm William Rodriguez. I'm the VP of Operations at Smart Money. Much like Rolando, I work on the background to make sure that everything goes well throughout the transaction. Excited to be here today.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. So here's what we've got going on. If you're joining in on this Zoom call, it means you have either never accessed your VA home loan before, or you have and you want to know the details of how to move forward and be a homeowner and take advantage of those awesome VA benefits that you have, because you have a ton and you're going to learn more about it. So a couple of things. Rolando and I are here because we want to show you what we do on our end as your real estate team and how we actually get you a home. And we partnered up with Eddie and Will with Smart Money because one, they're our preferred lenders, and two, they're our actual ohana. We trust them. We trust them with you, our clients. And it's important that you guys know we have that foundation of teamwork for you. And of course, if you didn't know, now you do. At the end of our call today, we are going to be raffling off a $25 Amazon gift card sponsored by Will, Eddie, and Smart Money. So we got you taken care of. So you're going to learn a lot. You're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to book an appointment with us. We're going to get the home buying process started. And today, you might also win a gift card.
Nice.
All on a Sunday. So this is beautiful. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now. Okay, so as you guys can see here, here's our logo, the O Team, Real Estate Experts. You guys remember just a few moments ago, Rolando and I shared, we are the O Team. So we are your real estate team. We're gonna help you find a home, really utilize those VA home benefits, and find a home that you love, that you like, that you will enjoy in the zip code that you want to be in the price range you wanna be in, and something that you can really build memories in. And I know that's what you guys want. So that is who we are. So I only have 2 photos in this entire presentation, and these are the 2 most important photos. All right, so on the left, this is my maternal grandmother, Lourdes Salvatus, and to the right of her is a photo of me and Rolando with Rolando's maternal grandfather, Tiburcio Colon. So the reason we're sharing this is because this is really our big why. Now, I'm going to first share about my grandmother, Lourdes. While she's no longer with us, she, like Rolando's grandpa, is the wind beneath our professional wings, the driving force. And they are those people because my grandmother, 60 years of teaching piano and voice lessons, not only in the Philippines, also in the United States. And she taught both me and Rolando to treat people like people and care about them while giving the service that you have been called on to do. And with Rolando's grandpa, Tiburcio, he is an immigrant from Mexico, raised a family of 13 kids with his amazing wife, Rolando's grandmother. And he actually served on the Farmers Union, Labor Union alongside Cesar Chavez. So the reason this is important, so you understand why Rolando why Rolando and I do what we do, is because we are driven by family and adding value and really giving back to the community. We believe that real estate is our calling, and it will help us help you and all of our clients live a more happier life, a great quality of life, and really change the world. And so knowing that these two are immigrants, hard workers, owners, entrepreneurs, and leaders of their family, it's also who we are authentically. And so it helps us continue to work hard for you with your home buying needs. So what do we actually do as your realtors? Okay, so as your real estate team, we work for you and we work with you. Now, a couple of things, and let me just highlight, right? Let me back up here. We all know if you are a home buyer that's looking or started your search, you have access to all the properties I have access to that's already online, right? Whether you're looking at any of the websites or any of the apps, you and thousands of other buyers on island have access to the same properties. Let me ask you though, do you have access to properties that haven't hit the market yet? Because we do. And that's another thing that we do for our clients. You know, we're blessed to be part of some international networks, as long as some networks as well as some networks on island. And so it really helps us, you know, have some boots on the ground, put our feelers out there and ask our fellow realtors and any of our other of our networks to see if there's any properties that's going to be hitting the market before they actually hit the market. And the reason that's an advantage for you is because when you team up with us, you know, we want to make this as comfortable and easy and stress-free as possible. And we would rather not have you go on a wild goose chase and look at so many properties that everybody else has also seen. You know, the other thing that we do for you is we actually have a home buyer strategy, which we'll go into in just a second. And the reason we're sharing this is because from the feedback of our clients who've actually helped purchase a home, they love that we actually sit down with you and we have a 30 to 45-minute conversation and we go over the home buying process, what you're looking for, what your needs and your wants are, what your top 5 things are. Because I'm sure you guys would agree, you're not some cookie cutter person and not every equation fits the mold, right? You and your family is specific and unique and you have different needs and wants from another buyer. And so we, at a very high level for our VA home buyers, work really hard for you. So we want to make sure we start the conversation off right. We listen to you. We come up with a strategy so that we not only find your home, we're actually submitting an offer that gets accepted, and within 30 to 45 days, you're in your new home. Okay? So no, it may seem like we're asking a ton of questions. Well, listen, I would rather ask you what seems like 50 questions and send you 5 properties that actually meet your criteria versus ask those typical 5 questions: how many bedrooms you need, how many bathrooms you need, square footage, what zip code and what price, and then send you 50 properties and we just keep looking and looking and looking. Does that make sense? We definitely cater to your specific home search and your experience. So the home buyer strategy meeting, let me stop sharing my screen really quickly. The reason this is important for you to know is because it's actually one of the most favorite experiences that our clients have, because one, it gives us a time to exchange energy and get to know each other, right? And it also gives us a time to come up with a plan and really lay out everything that you need to know with buying your home. And you guys already know Eddie and Will are going to jump on here and we're going to cover all the things that you need to know with buying a home through using your VA home loan and those benefits. So we will definitely get to it. Let me just go ahead and share my screen here and show you. So as you can see here on the screen, and by the way, what I'm about to share, it's gonna be, if I can give you this analogy, it's gonna be just like water skiing on the surface. okay? We're gonna give you a quick preview, and after today's call, when you realize, hey, this works, I wanna work with Will, I wanna work with Annie, I wanna work with Smart Money, and I wanna work with Joan Rolando with the O team, then we book an appointment with you, and we'll go over this in depth with you. For now, just gonna share a quick preview. So you see here, we have our home buyer guide. We have our mission, vision, and values that we share. This ratings fan section, I don't share too much, and yet you can definitely find us on Yelp, you can find us on Facebook, and you can find us on Google. We're really blessed that we have clients that we've worked with that really love what we do, what we've done for them, and you can find those authentic, real reviews, which, by the way, I'm saying this to prove a point and not really for this. I will say that we are not a sponsored Yelp ad. Organically, we are the #1 real estate team on Yelp, and you could read the over 35 reviews that we have for you. So I fast forward to this part, and what I really want to highlight is we walk you through the entire process that involves you buying a home as a VA home buyer. And we cover you selecting an agent, choosing us, getting pre-approved with Eddie and Smart Money and Will, and the buyer strategy meeting, and everything in between, all the way up to when we give you the keys, we're taking photos, and we have an awesome gift for you. Now, spoiler alert, it is not a bottle of wine. We love bottles of wine, and from the feedback from our clients, the gift you get, really, really fun, really, really awesome, and in no time, you guys will definitely get it. Let me fast forward to the rest of this. And so we kind of cover showings, making an offer, a lot of the details that would help you win your offer when we submit it, and then details on closing day. And what I'd like to highlight is a portion of our commission actually goes to 3 very important nonprofits, and we round robin it to make sure these 3 nonprofits get the love that they deserve. And so with Rolando and I being a married couple, we are actually part of the Hawaii LGBT Legacy Foundation, so we give to that nonprofit. Also with 808 Cleanups, our friend Kimiona is the co-creator of 808 Cleanups, and what we love about them is that they're not only giving you a pair of gloves and a trash bag and walking up and down the beach, they're educating you on animal migration, what plants there are, and really give you that true aloha experience. And lastly, the Black Lives Matter movement. We know that all 3 of these are very, very important, and they're near and dear to our hearts. And so you know that your commission, the commission we receive on your behalf of you hiring us as your realtors goes back to the community to help future generations and families as well. So let me go ahead and jump right back into our presentation part here. So that's the homebuyer strategy meeting in a nutshell. And like we said, we'll definitely be able to help you after you booked it. We've set a time and we can do a Zoom call like this, because you guys know with the pandemic, we're keeping you safe, we're keeping us safe, and we're still helping you reach your goals of being a homeowner. So I always love this slide because our clients, they're always so thankful. You want to know, how much is it really going to cost you, right? And so here's the process. We go look at homes with our masks on, okay, whether it's at open houses together or we're doing private showings together. And once we submit our offer and our offer gets accepted and we open escrow, $1,000 initial deposit is what you would need to have liquid and available. Now, within that first week, depending on if you're purchasing a single family residence or a condo or townhome, the price varies. And yet within that first week of opening escrow, it is an out-of-pocket cost for you to hold an inspection. And if everything with the inspection goes right, or if there's anything that we need to negotiate on your behalf and we're good with it moving forward, an additional second deposit is due after the inspection. And then something to keep in mind with the appraisal report, right? So the appraisal report gets itemized as a closing cost. Something that we do for all of our clients like you is I naturally ask the seller to cover all closing costs for the buyer. Okay. The worst that can happen is they say no. A couple of good things can happen. They can say yes to all of it or a portion to it. And so it's important to know that within the first 2 weeks of opening escrow, having about $2,000, maybe $2,500 liquid and available is all you would need. Okay. And this bonus question here, I love this. How much does it really cost to hire the O team? So listen up, take notes. It's absolutely free. So what I mean by that is any property you decide to purchase and close on, the commission has already been decided by the seller and the listing agent. So moving forward, when you partnered with us, we don't ever want you to pay us. The seller and the listing agent pay us. Okay, so it's absolutely free. You get the whole package. You get to team up with Will, Eddie, Smart Money, Rolando, me, the O team, and we get you taken care of. And lastly, when do we do this? You know, it's important to know that interest rates are really low. I know Eddie and Will talk about that, and we don't have a crystal ball for what's going to be happening next year. Should you wait? Should you not? If you are in the position to utilize your VA home loan with no down payment, there's a home that you can definitely afford, well then, yes, it's time to make a move and find the home of your dreams while you live here on island, and we get you guys taken care of. So we will run as fast as you need us to. So let's do a quick recap. Who are we, the O team, Rolando and Joe? What's our big why? We're powered by our family values, strong work ethics, giving back to the community, working hard for you as our client, and really becoming family in the process. And what do we do for you? Well, we negotiate on your behalf. We're bringing you properties you've never seen before, or maybe the public hasn't seen before, and we really go up to bat for you. You know, if you remember, the most foundational piece is that we listen to you. Communication is key, and we need to understand why it's important for you and what's important about that specific home you're looking for, so we know how to pair you up and we can win you that home, and we can do that together. Now, how do we actually help you? You guys know. Book that buyer strategy meeting with us so that we can have that consultation, come up with a plan, continue to save you money, zero down, and find you a home that you actually love. And then lastly, when do we help you? As early as you'd like it to be. Now remember, if you are in a great position to purchase a home without a down payment, and it's something that's definitely within your comfort space and what you're going to be spending monthly, well, definitely do it. Invest in yourself and invest in your family. Now, I always like to close with this slide, the attitude of gratitude. It sounds so cliche, and yet this is a pillar of our business. Both Rolando and I really believe in this. And if you guys remember, the second slide I shared had my grandmother Lourdes on there. One of the famous quotes she shares with our family is that, give thanks in everything. In everything, give thanks. Right? There's always something to be grateful for. And I want to be upfront with you. Is the home buying process going to be full of rainbows and butterflies? That is the ideal. And yet, if it starts to get rocky, you have us on your side. Okay? You have Will and Eddie's Smart Money. You have Rolando. You have me. And we're going to do everything in our power and then some to make sure it's as easy and comfortable for you. Now, in the spirit of an attitude of gratitude, we actually want to premiere a closing video that we had for one of our VA clients. Now, this is their first purchase, and what we did was we were able to commemorate, with their permission, closing video, and we want to share that with you today. So let me go ahead and get this all queued up. Once again, this is a client that just closed last week. They are a VA home buyer, and this is their take on their their home buying experience with the O team.
The home buying process was streamlined. I think if I could put it in one word, it was efficient. I wasn't worried about, although I was prepared for the little things, I found that I wasn't too worried about them because I knew the team had everything taken care of. But my favorite part was how Joe matched my vibe and emotion about dealing with different properties. One piece of advice: don't settle. If it's not what you left the house to go do, then don't do it. Reevaluate. This could be a $500,000 decision, a $250,000 decision. It's still a decision that you're tied to. That's what I would say. Know that the person working with you making this big decision actually cares about what you're doing. Easy to communicate with, and it's always like, oh, hey, this is what's next, or this is what we missed, or this is what we plan to do. That was very important. So thank you, Joe, and absolutely, I would recommend this. Solid.
Awesome. Well, there you guys have it. We definitely want to see if there's any questions right now. And what we could do is also hold off on the questions until the very end, especially after Will and Eddie share their portion. I'm really excited. I know you guys got some good stuff to share. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my mic and give it away.
Hello, again, my name is Eddie Akabane from Smart Money Hawaii, and to my left right now is William Rodriguez. He's our VP of Operations. So as a loan officer, I've been in business for just over 16 years. And Smart Money Hawaii, we are a local mortgage broker. So we're a little bit different from the banks and credit unions some folks are used to working with. For example, I'm working with a couple actually moving over from San Diego to purchase a home, and they initially, I think they had their pre-approval with USAA. So USAA, fantastic bank organization, insurance, investments, they're excellent. But when it comes to mortgages, Smart Money, we only focus in on mortgages. So you know, when I just simply showed them a quote to save them, I believe it was anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000 in costs and a way lower interest rate. That was, you know, that opened the door for them to, you know, discuss with me their options on the whole process on the VA side of things. William is a veteran. He is a Marine, and we are very well versed in the art of VA mortgages. That being said, I just wanted to share this quick little video. It kind of gives you some information about how our belief system is with our company. And then right after that, Will and I will go into the presentation on specifics of the VA process. So let me share my screen here really quick. Okay, here we go.
Of VA business is because of the fact that we've been persistently and consistently producing those positive results for a lot of our veterans.
As a veteran myself, we take the time to explain how the program works. We educate our veterans on what the options are. I like to make sure that this is all explained to every single veteran that comes through the door for us.
We give you information, advice, and results face-to-face that you'll need for future endeavors in real estate.
Our commitment to the military is to be as transparent throughout the transaction so that when they walk into their new home, they can see us as partners. Just as hard as you fight for our country and our freedom, we at Smart Money are here to fight hard for your loan.
All right. And one thing I wanted to add along with what we do and why we do the things we do for a living. Will and I, we both work for Smart Money for several reasons, but one of the reasons why we love this company is because we truly appreciate and care about our clients. And we share that we have the same synergy going on with the O team. They do exactly what we like to do. That's the culture that we like to incorporate into the process of helping you buy your first home, or just if it's a second home or third home, but kind of navigating you through the VA benefit. That being said, I'm going to take you into our presentation here with our PowerPoint. Give me 1 second. Okay. Share my screen. Okay. Okay, can you guys see that on your end?
Good to go.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so VA mortgage. Basically, we're just going to kind of go over what the VA mortgage is, who qualifies for a VA loan, what are the loan limits, and what's the process like? What's the underwriting going to be like once we enter into a contract? And then after all of this, we will answer all of your questions. So throughout the entire presentation, please write down any questions you may have. I think one of the questions right off the bat is, if you come see us, you come see Will and I to get pre-approved or pre-qualified for your VA benefit, for your VA loan, does it cost you anything? Absolutely not. There's no fees for you to come, see us. There are no fees to you even after we complete the entire process of helping you buy your first home or your subsequent home. Will, you want to take this chart?
Just wanted to kind of share a little bit of statistics here as far as like our company last year. This is a breakdown of the type of loans. We don't just do VA loans. We do VA, FHA, USDA. However, VA does account for almost 60% last year and this year even more of our business mix. We do it and we do it well when it comes down to the VA. Okay, so let's talk about what the VA is. So VA doesn't lend the money. VA only insures the loan. So the VA is a loan that's insured by the government, okay? They insure 25% of the losses. So that's why lenders are willing to lend 100% of the value of the property, okay? The best part about the VA, and I think hands down is the best loan out there, is because there is no down payment required, 100% financing. It's available. It's available from anywhere from 10 to 30 years, and I don't know if we had some difficulties here. Between 10 to 15 years, or 10 to 30 years, and any amount in between. So if you want a 27-year, a 26-year, or a 23-year, it's absolutely doable. Okay. Now, typically, government insured loans carry lower interest rates. So that's why you're going to see absolutely the lowest rates on your VAs, FHAs, and USDAs. And then you're going to hear this throughout the transaction. It's called the funding fee. The funding fee is essentially what the VA charges. Is not us as a company or the lender. It's a VA that the lender collects and goes straight to the VA. This is what keeps the program alive. They're a self-sustained department within the government. But that money that every veteran pays into their loan, their funding fee, is what funds the entire program. Okay, so this is a little chart for the funding fee. So the best part about the funding fee is this is money, you don't have to come up with this money. The money gets tacked onto the loan. So that means that you end up with a higher loan amount But again, it's not something that you have to pay out of pocket. So if it's your first time using the VA, your funding fee is going to be 2.3%. Any subsequent use of the loan, it's 3.6%. And so of course that gets tacked onto the loan, whatever you're borrowing from the lender. Now, if you decide that you want to do a down payment, then it will absolutely reduce the funding fee from a 2.3 to 1.65. If it's a 5%, 10% down payment gives you a 1.4 funding fee. And then lastly, if you're a veteran that's claiming disability, now it is key that you have to be receiving compensation for the disability. So there are certain veterans that have 0% compensation. They wouldn't qualify for the funding fee waiver. However, any compensation at all, you get in $100 from the military for VA disability, your funding fee will be waived. And this would be the absolute cheapest, best way to get a loan out there. Okay, so now we talk about who is eligible for VA. Pretty simple. So active duty, you have to be in the military, that's your job. You have reservists, which is the folks that do a week in a month, the 2 weeks during the summer, but they work your regular jobs throughout the year. So if you're active duty, you automatically qualify for a VA once you've been in active duty for 90 days. If you're in the reserves, you must serve at least six years, right? Or if you were activated at least 90 consecutive days. So it's super key to remember 90 consecutive days. This can't be your boot camp experience. It has to be while you're out in the fleet. Let's just say your unit got activated, you guys got deployed for a 3-month deployment and it came back. Even if you've been in the reserves for less than 6 years, you would automatically qualify for the VA loan. Now, it is important that those 90 days that you're active or that you're activated for must be during wartime. So anything past 2001 is considered wartime. So if you got deployed for 3 consecutive months for the past, 20 plus years, then you automatically qualify for the VA loan. And then of course, unmarried surviving spouse of a deceased veteran. And the key to that is that it must be, the veteran must have died as a result of a service-connected disability. And then the VA eligibility passes on to the widow. Okay, loan limits. As of 2020, January 1 of 2020, there was this bill that was passed. It's called the Navy Blue Water Bill. One of its pieces of that bill was that it removes the caps on VA loans. Prior to that, you would be capped at the 765,600, which is the county limit. However, as of January of this year, there is no cap. So if you find a home for $1 million, you can finance $1 million. If you find a home for $2 million, guess what? You can finance the full $2 million, assuming that you're okay with that $14,000 payment. Look at Joe's face. I love it. Okay. But even though the VA doesn't have any caps, the lenders will cap you at around 1.5 to 2 million, depending on the lender. Okay, so flexible underwriting. We're talking about flexible underwriting. Now we put down here that the minimum FICO is a 640. Technically speaking, you can go down to a 600 in some situations. So definitely talk to the loan officer regarding that. Bankruptcies are okay with the VA. Again, you got to talk to the loan officer. It changes from lender to lender, but the VA specification is that you must be out, I think it's 2 years, depending on the bankruptcy, and you'll be able to get financing from the VA. Okay, you can have a veteran and a non-veteran on the loan. Again, it gets a little bit more complex, but again, talk to your loan officer because this is available. You can have 2 veterans using half of the entitlement each. That's also a possibility, okay? And then the best part about the VA is that they allow higher debt to income ratios. What that means is that you can qualify for a lot bigger home than you would on the conventional side. You're not capped on the debt to income ratio, which is how much money you make versus how much money you spend, okay? Talk to the loan officer about that. To the VA, in reality, all they care about is what's called the residual income. Residual income is the money that's left over after you pay for your bills, your taxes, your electricity, and all these other things. So if you look at the little chart, it says family size 1 through 5. As long as you have, if it's just you, for example, as long as you have $590 left over after paying your mortgage bills, your credit card bills, your car bills, et cetera, you would qualify for the loan. All right, Eddie, I don't know if you want to take over.
Sure. Yeah. So as far as the VA loan, when it comes to the appraisal, there are some myths about the VA being more strict than conventional loans. It's just simply not true. So, for example, like if you, a lot of homes here in Hawaii have unpermitted structures, such as an enclosed lanai, like an enclosed porch, things like that, or like a shed that somebody built out in their backyard. These are now okay. It's not going to affect your process. It's not going to affect the transaction. The appraiser will simply just not count that for value until, once you become owner, you can get that permitted on your own, and your value will go up a little bit for that extra square footage. The process for the appraisal, it's pretty simple. In this day and age with the pandemic, it's sometimes they can do what's called a drive-by appraisal. So if we order the appraisal, they'll go out and they can just look up the comparable sales data, take pictures of the property from the street, and basically, get that process pretty quick. So it's actually the VA loan and the appraisal process is sometimes a little easier than the conventional side of things on mortgages. There is a VA renovation loan, and with the assumable loan, I wanted Will to kind of talk a little bit more about that, the VA assumption.
The best part about the VA is that it's an assumable loan. Assumable loan means that, let's just say that I get a loan today, I get a great interest rate, let's just say 2.25%, which is the floor rate for a VA loan. And let's just say 5 years down the road, I decide to sell the home, and let's say the interest rates are at a 5%. You can actually assume my loan with the same characteristics, the 30-year fixed, 2.25%, even if you're not VA. That's the best part about it. Okay, so the only loans that are assumable are government loans, and that's a huge benefit because later on it could give you that edge if you're trying to sell that property, and you can actually have somebody assume the loan from you.
Okay, so what's next with the VA mortgage and getting things going? Well, the first thing you want to do is get pre-approved by a VA experienced loan officer. Myself and Will, we've been in the industry for a really long time, and we're very well versed in getting you pre-approved. So basically, what that means is getting all of your income documents, your 2 most recent pay stubs, 2 years tax returns, W-2s, any income that you receive. Since you are a veteran or you are doing a VA loan, there is no down payment. So really the only thing you have to provide is, proof of your checking or savings account to show the initial deposit was made. But even then, at closing, in most cases, you will get your initial deposit back. So if you put down the initial deposit of $1,000, you will get that back at closing, so that you can use that $1,000 for home improvement or to have your party whenever your home warming party. But once you get pre-approved and you know exactly what you can buy, that's when you will definitely consult with the O team to discuss what you want, where you want it, and basically just kind of get the process going. The exciting part, which is, looking at properties and kind of seeing what, envisioning yourself living in this property. Because the whole mortgage side of things, it's not the most exciting stuff, but as long as you know that you're getting the lowest rate at the lowest cost, and you have a team that's going to take care of you and, back you up, that's kind of the peace of mind that you'll want to have. Now, William and I, we don't have banker's hours, so if you have questions that you think of in the middle of the night, or if it's a weekend, we're always available. So 9 to 5, we're not 9 to 5ers. We definitely will answer questions at 11 p.m. on a Sunday evening. So anything that you can think of, always feel free to make contact with us. And the same thing with the O team, Joe and Rolando, our company likes to work with them specifically because they take care of their clients. You're not just another home buyer looking to purchase a property. They really, really take the time to look at what your goals are, and that's huge, especially in this whole industry.
Absolutely.
And in the end, when it comes down to it, we as a team, we're working for you, the veterans. So we want to make sure that we get you something that you're happy with, and basically be your local support. So like even after we help you purchase a home, if you have questions about your mortgage rate, or if you have questions about potentially using your VA eligibility again to buy a larger property, then that's when all of us will converge and discuss that when the time comes. But yeah, I just wanted to thank everybody for attending this webinar. Thank you to the O team, Joe, Rolando. Thank you for having us again. And if you have any, and if you guys have any questions, please feel free to call, email, text us anytime.
Absolutely. Thank you, Eddie and Will. Is there a way for us to unshare your screen? Unshare your screen.
Oh, I meant to do that. I'm so sorry.
No, we love those colorful arrows. Here's what we got going on. I want to highlight Will and Eddie before we close off, because you guys touch upon it a little bit, and yet that is one of the amazing values. Okay, both Will and Eddie are family men, and so they're leaders of their family, leaders of their company and their industry, and we are mindful, just like with our clients, of their time. The beautiful thing is when we go and look at properties, I will naturally send all the information to Eddie, so before you even get to the house what it's going to look like as far as a monthly mortgage, if there's any HOA fees, maintenance fees, what taxes look like, and all of that. Because I'm sure you guys could agree, you want to know before you fall in love with it, can you afford it? And if you can afford it, is it within your spectrum or realm of your comfort level? So we do everything in our power, like we said, to make sure it is really as streamlined and easy as possible, because with everything going on in the world, it's one less thing you need to worry about. And so by you guys teaming up with us, me, Rolando, Will, Eddie, O-Team, Smart Money, I feel like it's kind of like Captain Planet. Together combined. And so, yes. So we have everything taken care of for you guys. So once again, reach out when you guys have questions, because that is really the time to start having the conversation. Whether you're a month out, 6 months out, or a year out, having the conversation isn't going to push you fast forward. It's only going to help with the process. And I know that's what you guys want, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for joining us, everybody. If you need anything, let us know. We'll be in touch via email. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you, Will. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Rolando. We'll see you guys soon. Aloha.
Aloha.